Let's start with the milk chocolate. The name tells you everything. It's chocolate, but with milk added in, usually milk powder. And that milk does something really specific to the flavor. It softens everything. The bitterness of the cocoa gets rounded out, the texture gets creamier, and you get that sweet, familiar taste that basically everyone recognizes. Most milk chocolate bars sit around 30 to 45% cocoa. The rest is sugar and milk. So it's sweet, which is why kids love it, and why it's the most popular type of chocolate on the planet. But, because the cocoa percentage is lower, the actual chocolate flavor is off. You're tasting sugar and milk more than you're tasting cacao. Dark chocolate is where things get serious. Dark chocolate skips the milk entirely, or uses very little of it, and it bumps up the cocoa percentage significantly than milk chocolate. You'll see bars labeled 60%, 70%, and sometimes even 90% cocoa. And yes, dark chocolate is the one everyone says is healthy, which is actually true, but only to a point. The higher the cocoa percentage, the more antioxidants. But the second you start adding sugar back in, those benefits shrink. So around 70 to 80% dark bar is good. White chocolate. This one always starts arguments, because technically, white chocolate is not chocolate. There is literally zero cocoa in white chocolate. What it has is cocoa butter, which is a fat that gets extracted from the cacao bean, plus sugar, milk, and vanilla. That's it. The question of milk chocolate being actually a chocolate is genuinely debatable, and food regulators have actually had to step in and define what can legally be called white chocolate. It has to contain at least 20% cocoa butter, otherwise companies were just selling sugar and milk and calling it white chocolate. So let's actually compare these chocolates side by side. On basis of sweetness, white chocolate wins by a mile. Then milk chocolate. Dark chocolate is the least sweet, and gets more bitter as the cocoa percentage goes up. On flavor complexity, dark chocolate wins easily, because it has multiple flavor of different fruits and nuts, and actual depth. Milk chocolate is pleasant but straightforward. White chocolate is sweet and creamy, that's it. Health benefits, dark chocolate, and it's not close. More cocoa means more flavonols, which are the compounds linked to heart health and reduced inflammation. Milk chocolate has some. White chocolate has essentially none because there's no cocoa in it. So which one is actually better? Here's my honest take. There is no best. It depends on what you want. Sweet comfort, go for milk. If need real flavor, go for dark. If you love sweetness, then go for white. The only wrong answer is judging someone else's chocolate preference. That's all for today. See you in the next one.